I'm like, what the fuck am I? Oh, Lord have mercy. Uh-oh. Am I been down? Uh-oh. Staying in a minute. Where to go get in the bed? Go get in the bed. We ain't going nowhere for another hour. Done. It's cold out there. Go get in bed, honey. Watch all your good ass Jerry Springer shit back there. I'm come back and get some dick out there. I'm gonna roll another and come back and shit with you, alright? Yeah. Might as well go to bed and shit is cold. Amen, hot damn, amen. You tease. Ow, and my man down. Tease the freak. Ow! That motherfucker crazy man. Jesus freak. They want me sniffing hot sauce. Ow, and my man down. I think this big is coming out. Nah, it's weirder than a motherfucker. Oh, excuse me. I didn't know I was live, y'all. How y'all doing? I was just listening to this boring ass live stream and watching Jesus freaking there. He making me laugh, y'all. So sorry. I'm looking at another video over here. Oh, I apologize. I'm never sorry. I had to do some of this hair, y'all. Going back, I got that T5 hair. I'm just trying to figure out where the crap is that noise coming from. Oh, man, don't nobody give a fuck about no politics shit. Politics, religions are never in this story coming to a soldier. Words, Jesus. Hey, y'all watching some YouTube shit. The house is asleep because, they didn't running. He home today. This motherfucker done smoked so much reef, he done put a hole in the bed. I hit it one time. It's cool. I do medically, but he just chronically does it. You see who's sleeping, who's up. I'm just running my videos through again. I really don't want to, but somebody said something about my Bigfoot video. They like it. So I'm just thinking about some more ideas, but I can do this later. But shit, I'm going to take out Jesus the freak. Man, I'm ready to go to the store. Yeah, I'm waiting on you. I'm putting clothes on. Yeah, I'll be back, but I got some of y'all to look at. This Jesus freak is a trip. This dude sniff hot sauce, guys. I swear to God, but he's cool. Yeah, that too. Yes. Anyway, check him out. So a sister can't never enjoy her goddamn self. See, ladies, when your husband at work, let him stay at work. Damn. Calm as something, huh? I know the damn ass straight. Yeah, hold on. Let me show y'all what I'm looking at here. Ooh. Something about when your boyfriend or husband at home just fuck up your day. Maybe I'm just high. Hold on. Jesus Freak on deck. YouTube channel review. Show some love, drop a link if you like it. Somebody said Jesus Freak is the truth. I'm gonna show you why. Let me start this video, guys. I'm going to start it back. I go get me something to drink. I'm thirsty. Go get some liquor. In my bed now. And yes, I am a certified non-alcoholic. In my bed now. I'm like crazy fucking damn motherfucker crazy. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Insane in the membrane. Going insane, got no brain. B.I.G. P.O.P.P.A. B.I.G. P.O.P.P.A. B.I.G. P.O.P.P.A. Take it away, boy. Take that funky music, white boy. Lay out a boogie, play that funky music. Oh, Jesus, backing y'all. You might get a towel in them, bro. Yes, Big Daddy. Look at that boy. Number one. Number one, you got. Yeah. Let me see. What the fuck you doing? I was a killer since the public school era. Back from passes, cutting classes, pushing asses. Smoking money was a daily routine since 13. That's every nigga on the team. I used to have the trade deuce and the deuce. Now I got the Mac in my knapsack, lounging, watching, smoking shacks up in sidekicks with my sidekicks, rocking fly chicks. Honey's for the chat, but all we wanna know is where the party at. Until I bring my gat, it's not, I hope I don't get shot. Till I throw my vest on my chest, cause niggas is a mess. It don't take nothing but front for me to start something. Buzzing and fucking this niggas like I was something. Coming out just me and my crew, cause all we wanna do is party and party and bullshit 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 and party and bullshit. I'm from the honey, now I'm from the hook. See my man saying that I knew from the project. Said it was me, actually I had my piece. So I knew 20 crews in my shoes. So if you need me, love, I'm in the house. Rolling straight with the honeys in the bow. Always popping, hope popping, ain't no stopping. Big Papa, I'm a bad boy. Niggas wanna flex, who got your back? Niggas wanna flex, who got the gat? It ain't hard to tell I'm an East Coast overdose. Nigga, you still is a poster. Nigga, I toast you. Put fear in your heart. Fuck up the party before it even starts. Is he drunk? Over Henny and stuff. What's the brand new young shit beating down pumps? And party, and bullshit, 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 and party, and bullshit. Bitches in the back looking righteous. In the tight dress, I think I might just
Hit her with a little piggy 101, how to talk good and have fun with Jamaican root conversation. Watching rotation on every shot. Got the clock in the face, never smoking, drinking. Got the hooker thinking, the money so bad, and this nigga big is stinky. This is my song, I got the hooker beating out my palm. She grabbed my arm and said, let me calm. I'm in skims again. Rolled up another one for the Heineken. Niggas start to move out, a kid got choked out, clothes were thrown, and a fucking fight broke out. Yo, chill, man, chill. Yeah, we just all get along. He's gonna cut my little short. Yeah, we jump from my dog, carry on. And it's on, and I'm gone. That's that. So you wanna be hardcore with your ass to the back. But I can't feel like hardcore. I feel like the freeless. Maybe I'm freeless. This ain't Christopher Williams. Still some MC got the feel one. That's I got the feel some. To let niggas know that if you're fucking getting heavy, I get up in that ass like a lady. That's cool, that's me, the lyrical. They say you're digging up the street, it's a miracle. Yeah, yeah.
Pop out and say it on me. All I want to do is run my doing with that button. I want to change my booty shoes. Blue dream. Blue dream. Blue dream. Blue. Blue. What's love got to do? Long job. I'll be back here. I'm going to take track of it. Crazy.
need to sit there. Dang.
The rest of what I said.
Woman, I've heard enough of you.
You haven't.
Shit, crying like.
Add your wallet of
Huh?
call card.
Nothing. Hell.
I thought you was ready to go.
Well, then you gonna give me time, goddamn, to put some fucking clothes on.
You gonna say time?
You know, I'm gonna say you don't rush me, goddamn it. Hey, I'm a woman, take me time to look.
All right, I'll be back. I'm going to take trash out.
Goddamn it, we done.
Shit. Go ahead and take a bath. Hell, I'm waiting on you. Who you talking to? Nobody hollering at you. I say, I wait on you. Go ahead. I ain't no hurry. Damn, what the hell's wrong with you? Damn.
She tragically lost her life.
She was like, Daddy, just tell me it's a dream.
Nobody saying nothing to you.
Crime Watch Daily fans have watched our investigation into the death of Tamia Batts. The sixth grader was dressed to impress for her first day at Knox Doss Middle School, just outside of Nashville.
She had her backpack on, looked like an angel.
At the end of her first day, Tamia boarded the bus and headed home. At the same time, District Attorney Ray Whitley says surveillance cameras captured her father, Timothy Batts.
He was walking around in the house with a cell phone up to his left ear and a loaded handgun with 22 rounds of ammunition.
Minutes later, surveillance video shows his daughter Tamia come in from school.
He yelled, "Who is that?" No one responded. He sat up in his bed, and then he saw a shadow. A quick shadow just leaped across like that. When he saw that shadow, he knew someone was in the house.
Apparently fearing for his life, he grabs a gun from under the dresser and goes to investigate.
He's about to exit his room, and he thinks it's an intruder.
Right.
He thinks for a split second they got me. And he shoots one time. He said, "Did I shoot you? Did I shoot you?" She said, "I don't know." She pulled up her shirt, and he saw the hole.
The frantic father grabbed his daughter and rushed her to a nearby hospital. But 2 hours later, the bright and beautiful 11-year-old was dead. Batts, a convicted felon who was in the process of turning his life around at the time of the shooting, would eventually take a deal, pleading guilty to reckless homicide, receiving 4 years in prison.
It was reckless behavior by a convicted felon that should have had a gun in the first place.
Was justice served in this case?
Definitely was, because he has been held accountable.
Was the sentence just in this case?
Not to me, not to Timothy, not to his kids, not to his mother.
We ask you guys the same question. Sophia Gonzalez writes, "It's so obvious that he loved his daughter. The fact they're trying to make him look like a monster is terrible. Losing his baby was enough." Joey Waters responded, saying in part, "Nobody said he didn't love his daughter. But the fact is, he wasn't supposed to have a gun. If he had abided by the law, then she still would be here." And no matter what side of the argument you're on, I think we can all agree on what viewer Christine Bradley said. This man has to look at himself every day for the rest of his life. That's his life sentence.
And you too. Hope you love my video.
Watch our full story on Tamia and Timothy Batts and voice your opinion to Crime Watch Daily's Facebook page. That's it for today's Crime Watch Daily. I'm Chris Hansen. If you have a story or a tip for us, just go to crimewatchdaily.com or you can call or text us toll-free on our tip line. The number is 1-844-800-CRIME. Remember, we are watching.
Welcome home, Mr. G.
This program contains material that may be disturbing to some audience members. Viewer discretion is advised.
He tries to look at other patients' files, and sure enough, he finds other patients who are receiving cancer treatments who he believes
most likely do not even have cancer.
I was trying to find just the numbers and the facts on the paper, yet right or wrong. And I was able to find the fraudulent activity, which is introducing immunoglobulin. And Dr. Farah agreed to stop those treatments. That is that he was committing a fraud. And that was enough for me to go to my supervisor and give him the information.
The FBI serves an immediate search warrant.
Shows people. Is your home insurance?
That's Katie. With us. She traveled to Italy?
Finally, the rock.
Leaves wet and dry coughs. The #1 brand doctors trust.
I'm a performer. Always have been. Never letting anything get in my way. Not the doubts, distractions, or voice in my head. Certainly not arthritis. Voltaren provides powerful arthritis pain relief to help me keep moving. And it can help you too. Feel the joy of movement with Voltaren.
Loves me? Loves me not. New Neutrogena Skin Balancing. 3 made-for-you formulas with 2% PHA. Exfoliate and condition for soft, balanced skin. Find the one. Neutrogena.
My name is Allison, and I was injured by an impaired driver. I have never had to use a lawyer before. I had never been in an accident like this before. DeMayo Law Offices took everything stressful off of my plate. The only thing that I had to worry about was getting better physically and mentally. Never made me second guess that calling the offices of DeMayo was the 100% right thing to do for me and my family.
You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Jamie Kopchak, who is suing Linda Stahl for property loss.
I went out with some friends, and they were going out to meet some women, and I've been faithful to Linda, and I loved her very much. But the new atmosphere at home had put a lot of stress on me.
Once it gets started, it is going to ramp up quickly for your evening commute and overnight. You do not want to be out in it. Now, Sunday is going to be the main day.
Go on it.
With my goddamn boots for some tennis shoes today. I'm ready to go to the car started.
Yeah.
I don't need no big boots.
She didn't want me to deal with her cussing me and, all that. She finally decided, hey, fine, here, talk to Anna. And I told her what happened. And to this day, she somewhat don't believe me to this day.
Listen, I don't want to be indelicate here or make you uncomfortable, but frankly, everybody that's on this show is a teaching tool to impact the lives of those that aren't here, those that are at home, people that are watching this show. And there are people out there that are similar.
Changa. I mean, I would be correct. I watched.
Well, channel 203.
Spotting potential problems early. It's amazingly affordable.
Channel 9, boy, goddamn.
Ain't on no channel 9.
Put on 3.
The coldest air of the season is slamming the northeast, Bob. Potential blizzard conditions for New
This ain't
England.
no goddamn channel 9 or no 3.
Very often.
No,
Really
fuck wrong
bad
with
storm
you.
that's out.
You need to plan for boy.
Coming in.
That's 202.
And how many doses have already been bought on the front?
Hey, talk about it right goddamn. When do we
To a professional.
202? What the hell no? 202 whatever. There it is. We ain't channel 3, they ain't important. 202.
Some quintessential British style in your closet with this iconic Burberry collection featuring a logo thread.
The large orders for vaccines that we'll have by the end of the summer to get into the arms of Americans to ensure that we would be able to do that even without any of those steps.
This is all been suited me a lot of goddamn talk about them. But here you go, encouraged by John's vaccine. Well, you know what, you can sit on the crib.
Well, again, we're not going to get ahead of the FDA. I'm not suggesting you're asking that, but we'll rely on our health and medical experts to advise if there are additional vaccines, if and when, I'll be optimistic, that are approved by the FDA and how that will impact our vaccine distribution plan.
That's really Bill. In his first month in office, President Obama traveled to a number of key states to drum up support for the Recovery Act. Does President Biden have any plans to do something similar to drum up support for his $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief bill?
Well, Vice President Biden also traveled to a number of states to drum up support for the American Recovery Act at the time. And obviously we weren't dealing with a pandemic, so the circumstances were quite different. But he fully recognizes, as do we, the importance of speaking directly to the American people about the components of this package, whether it's the importance of funding to get schools open or get vaccines in the arms of Americans or just ensure that people.
Oh, I got some people in the chat. Let me say hey to you. Give me a minute, y'all.
A number of creative steps to do that, whether that's television or local media, or
hey, what's up, y'all? 23 degrees here in North Carolina. Just got through cooking breakfast. You guys know I've been on the grind. Hi, it's me, Stan. Yo, what's up? Hey, honey. How you been, Stacy? I'm good. Muy bien. And tú? Yup. You know what? Things was stopping through, honey. Yeah, we just stuck in the house. I just did my hair. I'm gonna run to the store though. Give me something to drink. Yes. Hold on. I need some water. Well, yeah, I'm doing the 420 shit, man. Bam! I'm sorry, guys. I gotta go to the dentist. I'm on my way to the dentist too. So my feeling came out. 30 years and damn feeling just poop all out. So. And I gotta do my nails too. Oh my God, I'm looking kind of hot. I mean, not hot today. So cool. COVID-19 rules. So I got time to get myself beautified. I think. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. I'm good, Stan. But I got something for you right here. I'm gonna pin your message and I'm gonna make your mouth ready. So things were popping through. Yeah, and this remind me to get to your channel too. I got so many people I just love. Y'all telling y'all got some hot shit going on. Your moderator. There you go, Stan, darling.
This week, as you know, and he did not pull back in his concerns about a number of the actions of the Kremlin and of the Russian government. But there is a review underway.
Look, burn somebody, goddamn. Shit, y'all to look. You ain't got your glasses on. Next time I get burned by a damn reefer blunt, I'm gonna slap the fuck out of your head. I'm tired of you rushing me. Don't you say I gotta get my goddamn pocketbook together? Let me put my link in this motherfucker. I'm gonna go. They got these little pigs in here. Somebody named cute little piggy. You got a little pig. Oh, this is from Dogs R Us. So I gotta put the link in for Mr. Big out there freezing the goddamn dick.
I'll be back.
I got the damn dog guy. He on the church. Yeah, I got that dog guy. I see smoke coming somewhere on it. Oh. Anyway. He said, come on, 2 breaks of friends, motherfucker. That's what I'm doing. Oh, I don't think I'm supposed to put links in his shit. He was like, look, the fuck this girl.
Sure.
Oh shit.
Unfortunately, what they reported that
I'm coming, honey.
president is planning to
I feel like I gotta get me something to drink. Oh.
plans to announce his launch of the task force on reinventing families and children. Something that is he's personally committed to. His wife, Dr. Biden, is personally committed to and invested in, and he will plan to make that announcement next Tuesday. The task force will be led by Secretary of Homeland Security. Once he's confirmed,
Y'all watch the news. I'll come back to the store. We'll get some Donald Trump money. Donald Trump money. I'll be back, guys. I got to make a Walmart run for my dinner tonight.
Early plans sometimes do change, and that was a draft plan, which those change many times, I can assure you, from sitting through many scheduling meetings. But we had planned to do it this week because we hoped that Ali Mayorkas would be confirmed by the end of this week. But because of the filibuster of his nomination, expect him to be confirmed on Monday evening, and therefore the president will sign it on Tuesday, and then Secretary Mayorkas will be overseeing that moving forward.
One more question. Can you give us just a little bit more of a timeline in terms of how much longer you think it will take for the White House to engage with Iran on its nuclear program? Because you had one of Iran's top diplomats saying yesterday that it believes the window is closing.
Well, I'm not going to give a timeline on it. Obviously, it requires Iran complying with the requirements of the nuclear deal. We've said previously, but I will reiterate here, that the president also sees it as an opportunity to build on the plan from there. And I apologize, I just want to make sure I give you the exact language. He believes that through follow-on diplomacy, the U.S. should seek to lengthen and strengthen these nuclear constraints and address other issues of concern, including Iran's ballistic missiles program and its regional activity. But again, Iran must resume compliance with the significant nuclear constraints under the deal. Now, he's also talked about, and thematically we've talked about, how working with our partners and allies, including the Europeans, members of the P5+1, is pivotal to any engagement moving forward, of course, including on what the future of the Iran nuclear deal is. Go ahead.
Just to follow up on Iran, would the president consider meeting with his Iranian counterpart, Hossein Rouhani, and maybe following President Obama's example, for a starter, have a telephone conversation with him?
I think we're getting a little bit ahead of where we are in the process. Again, the first step here is for Iran to comply with the significant nuclear constraints under the deal. But I am certain we will continue to discuss this issue in here and at the State Department and other parts of government. Go ahead. Steve Holland. I didn't even recognize you with your mask for a second.
Just to follow up on Jeremy's question,
yes.
Did President Biden specifically call on President Putin to release the lessons of all?
Yes, as we have publicly, as our team has repeatedly called for through the course of the last several weeks. In terms of the specifics of the conversation, I don't have any more details for you on that.
You don't know what Putin said, or did he make any promises?
I don't have anything to read out on President Putin's comments, no.
Wake of the GameStop trading incident, is there a public role the White House can play in educating people about the dangers of this type of trading?
Well, Steve, I know the SEC issued a new statement earlier this morning or just before I came out here, and I'd certainly point you to that and others to that. And we, of course, respect the role of regulatory agencies. They are closely monitoring the situation, but it's under their purview at this point in time. And I guess part of our education can be conveying to people that the SEC is the regulatory body that would oversee this and can speak to it further. Go ahead.
Thanks, Jen. Two on Capitol security. So the acting chief of police up there on Capitol Hill is recommended a permanent fencing around the Capitol. I was wondering if the Biden White House or President Biden himself has any thoughts on this. If permanent fencing is the right answer, or does it project the wrong picture to the American public?
I'm not sure we're going to have any comment on that specifically, but I'm happy to talk to our National Security, Homeland Security team if we have anything further to add.
Follow-up. Speaker Pelosi said, I believe it was yesterday, that she feels that threats are coming from inside the House, with other members being allowed to carry guns, of course, and young conspiracy theorists among the ranks of the GOP now. Do you, and does the White House agree with that assessment that there is security threats coming from inside the House? Has Biden spoken to Pelosi, and is he worried about the safety, the physical safety of members of Congress?
Well, he speaks with Speaker Pelosi on a regular basis and certainly has reiterated his support for her and members of the caucus, and he has spoken publicly about his concerns about the rhetoric, of course, around the events of January 6th, but some of the rhetoric that has continued and the role of social media platforms. So he's in close touch with her about events on the Capitol, about the safety of members, but I don't think I have anything more for you to read out beyond that. Go ahead in the back.
Thank you, Jen. 2 quick foreign, 1 domestic. Can you confirm officially that Robert Malley's been appointed special envoy for Iran? Is that?
I can. I believe it was announced this morning, yes. Or I guess I can confirm it here too for you.
And then as you know, settlements have been a major obstacle to getting the Palestinians back to the negotiating table. Would President Biden consider it? Does he believe settlements should be halted in the West Bank so that the Palestinians will come back?
I don't have any new comments from President Biden on this or the current circumstance. He's obviously spoken to this particular issue in the past and conveyed that he doesn't believe security assistance should be tied, but I don't have anything more for you on the path forward toward a 2-state solution.
Following up on the Capitol Hill fence, there's a fence outside here, a temporary one around the White House. It's been up since last summer. President Trump took a lot of criticism for it. Would President Biden consider bringing that fence down so people can take photos in front of the White House again?
Well, I think we'd all like that, including members of my family and people in Washington. But I will talk to our security team and see if there's anything further to convey to all of you. Go ahead.
As you guys are thinking about the task force to reunite the parents of the separated children, what are you sort of learning about the scope of that challenge? Something that groups have tried to do in the past and failed. How many people do you think would need to be tasked to that to actually make it effective?
Those are excellent questions, and I expect that when we announce, when the president signs the executive order next week, when we put the task force together, when Alan Mayorkas is confirmed as the Secretary of Homeland Security, maybe we'll have him come to this briefing room, or I'm officially inviting him here today to come to this briefing room. But there's no question that we recognize this is going to be incredibly challenging, that there will be a lot of work to be done, that is why this will be a priority. It's not only a priority for the president, but will be a priority for Secretary Mayorkas. But I will leave it to him and to others at the Department of Homeland Security to outline and preview for you the path forward. Go ahead.
Thank you, Jen. I know that the President Biden and the First Lady are acutely aware of the sacrifices that military families make. That being said, we had an incident in the garage with the National Guard that was kind of embarrassing, and now I'm hearing from spouses of Guards members that they had a COVID outbreak and were not tested or vaccinated before they arrived in DC. And I'm wondering if there's any concern by the president about how these Guardsmen are being treated, whether he can do anything specifically to safeguard their health before they arrive, while they're here. Can he get vaccinations to and testing to governors specifically for the purpose of providing some health safeguards to these soldiers?
Well, as you noted at the beginning of your question, but I would just reiterate the role of the National Guard, and I've spoken to the president about this directly, and the incredible sacrifices they make is something that is personal to him, given his family connection to the National Guard. He had called the head of the National Guard just last week when the reports came out about the treatment of the National Guard and the fact that many had been sleeping in garages, and of course conveyed his dismay of the photos he had seen and their treatment, and also offered his personally any help that he could provide, whether even if it was boosting morale. And certainly that line of communication remains open should there be something that he can do from his end. In terms of specific prioritization of the vaccine, I would point you to the Department of Defense and leaders over there to speak to that more specifically.
Okay, I'll follow up to that. On the question of Nancy Pelosi, Speaker Pelosi's concern about the enemy within, has the president been briefed on such a threat? And does he agree that the National Guard should be here until mid-March during the impeachment trial?
I'll speak to Liz Sherwood-Randall and our Department of Homeland Security, our Homeland Security colleagues here to see if there's more specifics we have from our end. But I would point you to the Department of Defense and the National Guard team otherwise.
question is on reporter from
Sure, go ahead.
reporter from WUSA. The reporter asks, I've learned that the IRS employees nationwide are having telework suspended. They're all being called back into the office. This despite an OMB directive issued Tuesday ordering federal agencies to only allow 25% capacity in federal buildings. If IRS employees have been doing telework successfully, why is now the time to bring them all back into the office? Is that safe?
I would point you to the Department of Treasury where the IRS is located for any further comment on that. Go ahead. Oh, sorry, I'll come to you next, Jim.
It's on the Defense Production Act. It has a few times in these briefings about any specific instances of the Defense Production Act being used. Yesterday, the Chief of Staff, Ron Klain, suggested that it was being used as it relates to the production of N95 masks. Is there anything specific you can tell us on that, or any other companies or products where the Defense Production Act is being used now?
Well, we're not going to get into specific companies. Obviously, there are procurement processes here, but also that take place at federal agencies, but also we're still early in the process. It was invoked just last week, but I can give you more specific detail in terms of how we plan to use it on vaccine supply. I think one of the also the products that Ron Klain spoke about was low dead space syringes, which are the key to getting the 6th dose out of the Pfizer vial, pivotal, and getting more vaccines out into the public. N95 masks, isolation gowns, nitro gloves, again, safety and keeping people safe from infection, pipette tips and high absorbency foam swabs for testing, and then lipid nanoparticles, which are key to the mRNA vaccine, and bioreactor bags, which is what the vaccine is mass produced in. So as you can tell, a lot of this is materials that will help ensure that the vaccine can be used by vaccinators and transported in some cases to vaccine locations. So there's several components of it and very specific materials that we're focused on.
And then at the National Security Agency, Michael Ellis, a Trump political appointee, was installed as the general counsel, which is a career position, as you know. Are you guys considering reviewing that decision or attempting to remove Michael Ellis from his position as general counsel of the NSA?
I don't have anything new for you on that other than I don't have any personnel announcements. Certainly we're reviewing personnel across government, including political appointees. Most of them have left, but I don't have anything new on any decisions there. Go ahead. Oh, wait, I promised you. Go ahead.
Thanks, Jen. FEMA has requested active duty troops be used at vaccination centers when they get stood up across the country. Does the White House support that request?
I did ask our team about this. You or someone else may have asked about this the other day. I think I have something on it here. One moment. Thanks for your patience. Lots to say about COVID, no doubt about it. So let's see. Let me talk to our team about it. I know I've seen that request from FEMA. Obviously, part of our objective is ensuring that we have vaccinators on the ground. I know that's not what you're asking about, but also the ability to move materials and move vaccines. So we are tapping into any resource we can, but it's more predominantly focused on kind of a health and medical core, and that the ability to get those people into communities. But I will check with our team and get you something more specific.
One on double masking. There's been some increased discussion about that publicly. We've seen pictures of the president double masking and those around him. Is that a personal preference, or has he been advised by his medical advisors to do that?
Well, you're going to talk to the medical advisors in just the next 15, 30 minutes, whatever the time is, and you can ask them more specifically. There hasn't been specific CDC guidance. As you have probably seen, Dr. Fauci spoke to this, I believe, in the last couple of days and said it was common sense or made sense. I can't remember exactly how he phrased it, but there hasn't been additional medical guidance given. I've been around the president where he's been wearing one mask. I think obviously he abides by the health and medical advice. Sometimes, not to get too detailed, but it looks like two masks sometimes because we put the N95 one on. It's a little bit more comfortable to have this one on top of it. But I would encourage you to ask the health and medical team during the call that's coming up. Go ahead.
Did the White House have advance notice of the Johnson & Johnson results, and did that affect the White House's decision to go ahead and purchase 200 million doses from Pfizer and Moderna?
The decision was made to purchase the Pfizer and Moderna doses to ensure that we had enough doses to give 2 shots to Americans by the end of the summer. And we did our planning without the need for an additional vaccine to go through approval. Now, remember, even though we saw the news this morning, it hasn't gone through FDA approval yet. We don't have a timeline of when that will happen. We leave that to the FDA. Go ahead.
Thank you. A couple questions on the economy, starting with China. Former President Trump signed a phase 1 trade deal with Beijing. Does President Biden consider that deal still to be in effect, and does he expect China to meet its commitments under that deal?
The national security team, the newly confirmed Secretary of State, President Biden, are all reviewing all aspects of our national security approach, including certainly our relationship with China. We are focused on approaching that relationship from a position of strength, and that means coordinating and communicating with our allies and partners about how we're going to work with China. It means strengthening our economy at home, and it means determining the best path forward to address a range of issues, not just economic, but strategic and also security. Again, everything's under review, but I don't have anything for you on more on the China relationship.
Sorry, to clarify, so it is still in effect as the past administration left it off?
Well, again, everything that the past administration has put in place is under review as it relates to our national security approach. So I would not assume things are moving forward. We are just reviewing what the path forward looks like and doing that, again, from a position of strength, which means coordinating with our allies, members of Congress, and making a determination before we engage further. Go ahead.
Can you confirm the Politico story about the president warning his family members to avoid any conflict of interest with his presidency and their business ties?
Well, I'm not going to get into private conversations between the president and his family members. We all have lots of conversations with different family members, I'm sure. The president is committed to ensuring we have the most ethically vigorous administration in history, and that includes restrictions on how his image can be used, and that is something that he's conveyed publicly and privately as well. So let me just reiterate the policy for all of you, which is, I think, maybe your next question, or I'll just reiterate it proactively. It's the White House's policy that the president's name should not be used in connection with any commercial activities to suggest or in any way that could reasonably be understood to imply his endorsement or support. He's issued the farthest reaching executive order with respect to the ethical commitments required of his appointees ever, and is very proud of it. And that's something that he is committed to conveying to anyone it applies to. Let me just get to a few more in the back. Go ahead, all the way in the back.
Thank you very much. Does President Biden endorse the characterization of genocide concerning the Chinese treatment of the Uyghur minority?
Yes, the Secretary Blinken, I almost called him President Blinken, I'm doing a bit of a promotion. Never know. He spoke about that during his confirmation hearing, so I would certainly point you to those comments.
President Biden.
He was speaking on behalf of the U.S. government. Did you have a question right there? Go ahead.
The governor of Puerto Rico said last that he was in touch with the White House about releasing remaining disaster relief funds set up by the previous administration. Do you have an update on that?
I don't, but I will venture to talk to our team about what the status of relief funds is for Puerto Rico.
One other question is the White House tracking confirmed cases of South African strain that have been found in South Carolina. Have you been in touch with local officials there?
Certainly our health and medical team have been, and again, they'll speak to it at their briefing that's coming up at 11 a.m. I encourage you to join that. But as we see reports, our team has been monitoring variants as there have been developments around the world and the potential for them to travel here. It reiterates or reemphasizes, I should say, the importance of getting vaccines into the arms of Americans, something that our health team has said will make people safer, and also reiterates the need for getting the American Rescue Plan passed so that we can ensure we can expedite that effort. Go ahead.
Thank you. And just two quick questions. One following up on the political question. To that degree, is the White House going to make a commitment one way or the other that members of Biden's family are not going to serve in the administration?
We've made that commitment. So that continues to be the commitment.
I think Valerie Biden or anybody else.
No, reports that there was an office in the West Wing were not accurate.
Gotcha. And then one Major Taylor Green, I know you said earlier that you would not like to be commenting on her, but it's a major story. Doesn't the White House have a fully concerned about a QAnon supporter, someone with a history of racist, balancing anti-Semitic comments, harassing school shooting survivor families, serving on the House committee?
Well, I think the reason I conveyed that is because we don't want to elevate conspiracy theories further in the briefing room. So I'm going to leave it at that. And we'll leave decisions about committees to members of Congress, and we've certainly seen Speaker Pelosi speak to that. Go ahead.
Thank you. 24 Republican senators sent a letter to President Biden yesterday requesting a meeting after some of the executive orders and actions targeting the domestic energy sector. Is that a meeting that President Biden will take?
Well, President Biden is committed to, and this you can see this through his actions, working and engaging with Democrats and Republicans to address the crisis we're facing, including climate, which is one of the crises that he's identified. We don't have no plans for a meeting of that kind that I can read out for you at this point in time. Sounds like a lot of people to be in a meeting during COVID too, but he is certainly engaged on an individual basis with leaders in the Senate, members of Democratic and Republican senators, and they can certainly raise any concerns they have through that means.
One question, and apologies if you answered this in response to Steve's question, but I just want to be clear here. Do you anticipate President Biden to address the GameStop controversy when he meets with his economic team a little bit later this morning?
No. Do we anticipate him addressing it publicly, you mean?
Talking about it with his economic team.
Well, the focus of the meeting is about the recovery fund of the economy.
Hey, y'all, nobody.
Obviously, the data that we saw yesterday, I'm sure they'll cover a range of topics during that meeting.
All right.
That's not the focus.
Well, you got to piss or something.
Obviously, our focus, our big story is getting the American people back to work. Go ahead. Sure. Well, on the first, we announced a couple of members of the members of the cabinet, security officials, and received the first dose, which means right around now, a number of people will be receiving their second dose. We are also, as you noted, had released a couple of days ago that the objective and the plan of the White House Medical vaccinate hundreds of additional members to create a safe environment here. As you know, there has been the president has prioritization for teachers, educators, and childcare providers. We certainly defer to CDC on what that should look like, and they may speak to that on this 11 a.m. call as well, but I'm not going to get ahead of their outlines or prioritization or specifics.
One more on GameStop.
I love the effort. You guys are trying so
The broader message to the American public, people around the world, that in large cases, individual investors acting collectively against large financial institutions are shut down pretty much overnight. Financial institutions responsible for the 2008 housing crisis skyrocket.
Well, the message is that the U.S. government is starting to work how it should. The SEC is a regulatory agency that oversees and monitors developments along these lines. It's currently in their purview. They put out several statements this week. We will certainly defer to them on that, and I pointed them for further questions. Go ahead in the back.
Thank you. Jen, expect to see the president in his briefing room anytime soon?
Damn.
Are you eager to see him? Is that what you're saying? You know, the president took questions earlier this week when he did an event, and we certainly are going to look for opportunities to continue to do that. The location of where the questions will take place, I don't think I have anything further, but we'll look for additional opportunities for him to take additional questions from all of you. Go ahead.
What's President Biden making for Senate Democrats, including Bernie Sanders,
will chair the budget committee, which is chairing the budget committee, are planning to expand the use of the budget reconciliation process for legislation that's not revenue, not directly impact federal revenue, like the $15 minimum wage. Is that something that President Biden is okay with?
Well, the president is going to leave it to Congress to determine the parliamentary process for moving legislation forward, as should be the case. I think it's obviously been broadly reported that there's consideration on the American Rescue Plan of what the path forward will look like and how to expedite moving that forward. And there's an urgency. We certainly feel that. But our view is that this bill should be bipartisan. 74% of the public support it. And we want Republicans to work with Republicans on fighting COVID and putting the American people back to work. But as we work on this bill, we are going to, our priority is on getting it through and not on the focus on what the parliamentary process is.
His message to progressives who are arguing that the 1.9 trillion relief package should be the floor and not the ceiling, and would I consider pushing relief that is more than 2 million
We're good though. Kill germs and the COVID-19.
That's what I do it. For breathing. These guys at the moment, some 50 clouds overhead, but
Doesn't feel like a log cabin in New York City. And it just like from here on top of the hill. That ain't hit us a floor. She don't get hot up there, boy. All right, you don't want to. I thought I get. Hell no.
Tomorrow into Sunday and into that nice week, guys. We just got done.
In the bed. You go to hell.
From eastern Iowa all the way across to parts of western Ohio. This is for anywhere from 3 to 9 inches of snow, depending on where the heavy border of snow set up, which is dependent on the track of the low pressure system. But in terms of potential impact to your life across these areas, notice the red dots which will wane
through and not
in Chicago, and then into other spots of parts of northeast Illinois. These are the spots that are most likely to have the biggest impact. Of course, these are larger population centers, and even in the surrounding areas in the orange, definitely expect some impacts to your life.
Those reports obviously had
Hey. Not bad.
Why are you looking at me closer than I read? It's just great. I'm sorry.
Fuck you. Kool-Aid on the goddamn board. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I turned it off.
All you gotta do is go get a paper towel, put some grease on it, get it up. That's it.
No. Okay.
I'll use this goddamn rag one.
All right.
It's gotta be washed any goddamn way. Is that?
What's this shit?
Don't you know you gotta put some water for goose in your underwear?
What?
Fish up the floor right there. What? Put something on that rag, boy. Damn. What? I think you get your goddamn ears taped, boy. Want to tell?
Yeah, this is something to be very concerned about.
What good? What good?
$7,000 worth of packages were also triggered a very high level alert. And when their word went to the White House that something might happen, they started calling it violence. In 1979, the United States had included a series of air control treaties with the Soviet Union. Good news, the Soviets were just paying. They had a satellite fine purpose to detect nuclear detonation.
Why the dirty rag ain't in the basket?
The basket?
It's fucking No, the basket on top of the first damn thing, knuckle. You're like we ain't got no home training. Goddamn. Hell, I'm from New York. You embarrassing me. You know, talking about on the floor. But you must be a horse in a stable or something. Good God, Almighty. Niggas and fly, jeez. I'm gonna swat you, goddamn it. Yeah. Yeah, that was funny to me. I should call myself 777. 1177. I put that number 1177.
Yeah.
You know why? 1177. You know numbers those are.
Yeah, you born in my birthday. Isn't big.
I ain't ready to be here, goddamn. Take the shower.
And it's funny they still acting right because like we weren't talking about these topics, right? But you did get some backlash from women who felt like it was just too provocative. Here, and I would take my phone out and I like see.
You know what? I think that's all personal to.
All right, well, that's all. Not on the road adventures.
I'm still working on it. Praise the Lord, nothing, man. I says, the turf.
What do you want me to do? Yeah, I'm still working on it, Mom. I'm working on it right now. I'm not done yet. I tell you, I'll call you as soon as I'm done. Who though? No, yeah, he's spending not in here. He's spending not in here. Nothing.
Whatever you do,
Running like the dog.
Think about the fact
it's the boy dog. The boy dog like running. Yeah, Mom, you know boy dogs like boy dogs like men. Girl dogs like girls. Women and women. No, we outside hunting coon. That's a big one, Mom. That's a hunting big one. You outside chasing coons and squirrels.
I guess like a higher.
Hold on, talk to my mom. Hold on, Mom. Let me call you back. Hello?
Next.
Who is that Keisha?
What if there's no next?
Yeah, hold on. Mom, can you hear Keisha? Keisha, can you hear Mama? Say, hey, y'all. Yeah, stay up on the house phone. Yeah, Stephen called me, girl. I said, ooh, Doc came out there raising hell. Said to call the police. I said, why didn't you call me, boy? Because you know I've been telling my grandmama land. Yeah. Yup, then that part. Nothing. Mama calling me talking about, gonna put Mama YouTube page about a book on YouTube. Keisha, I want you to, we're gonna start having, listen, Keisha. You and me and Mom gonna start having. Mama said what we're gonna have every Wednesday. Bible study. At your house, my house, our house. You hear what I said? And we're gonna put it on YouTube. That'll be excellent. Now, Mama preacher, she need to preach and do preacherly things to explore her book. I know. But they did call her minister in the church, though. Reverend Glenn. She's the elder, same thing. Because God said, be a testimony and go spread the word, ladies. When 2 or 3 are in the midst of God, then guess what? He's there. I say she's a preacher, You a preacher. I'm a preacher. As long as you spread the word of God, that makes us all what? Preachers. Keisha. Who did, girl? I got something for you, Keisha. You need to come see me, girl. I bought 3 of them bootlegs. You know that's too much alcohol for a sister. So I get a beer. So when you come home, you got 3 bottles of that, what you call it, bootleg stuff. Why Keisha, you hear me? Mama ain't hear me. Yeah. 704-294, Mom, what's the sleeping number? 294-3608. That's it, yeah. Yes. Call me back, lady Keisha. Tell her, Keisha. Yeah, John David died. Yeah, John David and his new wife was in the trailer, Mom. Yeah, they staying in there. Lord have mercy. Yeah, Mama, they called the police on Dot. Sleepy told me, this is what Sleepy told me. I'm gonna get it here. Mama, just listen to me very carefully. Ask all your questions. Yeah, Keisha was there, but they called the police supposedly on Dot. They took Dot, told Dot to wait to go to court. Cousin Ricky Little was out there. Who? Yeah, Ricky Lee. Yep. Hey, Misha. Yeah, Mom, kids gonna call you. Let me finish working on your stuff. Love y'all. Bye. Huh? Yeah, 294-3608. All right, y'all. Bye. Oh, they gotta go to court. You heard me talk about sleeping for one day. Your mind ain't gone.
banana pudding today. I'm like banana pudding. Hey, give me one more. Look at me, I ain't got you. And I said, because I'm gonna let them say it. They got him as a trouble, motherfucker. I don't go down and do it. You never talk about doing that, motherfucker. I ain't talking about your goddamn stay. Goddamn. Whatever you pay. Y'all got these buckets. All right. Take off. All them goddamn $6 cigars. Look at those dollars. All right. Ain't no cigars in here. You gonna leave me all goddamn day. No, I'm going to bed. I'm still out there. I'm getting drunk. No. You gonna be on my day for it, man. Yeah. But you got up today. It's right. No, you were trying to I don't care. You're not letting me on the yeah. I'll just find it. Yeah. Are you about to the video? I'm putting it on YouTube every day. Look, watch it like that. Yeah, he bargaining something. Yeah. That beer, and then she got wine.
That's outside. Yeah, a lot of fun paper. Yeah. I'm YouTube. This scene is highly inaccurate. The fact that there are millions of votes that would never happen. Animals.
Who let Dr. Newman say? It's an official. Let you know if the coroner finds
Crime scenes are often guarded by patrol officers. These people, crime scenes,
so. You don't think this is an obvious suicide? Oh, I wouldn't say that.
A person collecting blood has to be photographed, swabbed, the other things.
Roger put that went out after work. He had a few drinks and he came home. But he wasn't alone. Someone else was with him. Bro, that dumb.
And that's a very entertaining
What's cool about this thing is I used to sort of maybe God is not supposed to be there, and everyone else is there and has the same thought process. And actually, that has a lot of these people so much, and one person I was just counting.
Yeah, Mom. Yeah, see when I was talking about the chicken right, right? I don't know if he's with this, okay? Mama, he's with this, okay? I wouldn't know.
There's a theory.
He told you, say this, he told me that John David died. Look, Doc and our boyfriend came up there, John David moved in the house. God told me, so they had this, and they got to go to court Monday. John David gave Doc that house. That's it. Mom, I don't know, but I'm just telling you. That's all I know. Call Keith, Mom, call Keith.
Next up. Right. So what's happening in this thing? So what this cleaner does is they come and obviously the person that called them is important. So it's one of those things where you say dinner, once you call in, people show up at your office of medical investigations. That's primarily what we'll talk to. Police officers may arrive and then not. Typically, not like priority call. It increases. It's amazing that place under the rest. However, you stay because you just want to avoid. So I think the advice given here to ask the people against their partners. It's good that you're along. It's not Sherlock. In this scene, Sherlock is going to find something that is clearly not allowed to be. That's like, clearly, Sherlock is not speaker because he has to trust himself so he's not supposed to be that.
Oh God, yeah, it's a beautiful day outside. Mm. I'm getting ready to do my yoga in a little bit, guys. You want to join me? Oh, I pretty much done did it though, so I'm gonna go figure out about this. They talking about this coronavirus, and I wanna let's watch it together. How about that? Here we go. I'm gonna set up. Oh God, I hit my hip on this goddamn bed. Jeez, that hurt so bad. Ooh.
But we know our limits. We know that we're only able to take care of a certain critical level of the patient. If somebody needs to be on a ventilator, they truly should be at a higher level of care, probably in a more urban setting. And sometimes that's a hard place to find for these patients. The other day, we were trying to transfer a patient and we had to call 11 different hospitals just to find a bed for that patient to be in. And 11 hospitals, those calls are not just quick calls. They are, 30 minutes to wait for a call back to say that they don't have a bed. You do that time and time again. And all the while, the patient is having trouble breathing, or they are worried, or their family is worried. And so these are things that we're dealing with all the time in this COVID pandemic, especially when all of the urban beds are full already. And so where is the place for our rural patients?
Wait, stay right there. We have a lot to unpack here. I'll be right back. Coming up.
The pandemic has impacted rural hospitals. Before the pandemic hit, one box of gloves would cost anywhere from $3 to $4. Now that price has increased to between $20 and $25.
Then
those core and 10 pounds that many of us have gained can be so difficult to shed. But the good news is we have some amazing new technology. This is the first time we're actually demonstrating this even on television.
That's coming up. Coming on Monday, millions make resolutions, eat healthy, work out, lose weight. Just how many of you have already given up? I'm here to help. Because we're kicking off the doctor's Fast Burn Challenge.
The only fast thing I know about is ordering fast food.
We're going to change it with our Super 17 who are all in. Your new year, new you resolution, reset clock starts right now. That's Monday.
Needles, essential for boundaries, but maybe not for people with certain inflammatory conditions, because there are options, like an injection, Xeljanz, the first and only pill of its kind that treats moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis, psoriatic arthritis, or moderate to severe ulcerative colitis. When other medicines have not helped enough, Xeljanz can lower your ability to fight infections. Before and during treatment, your doctor should check for infections like TB and do blood tests. Tell your doctor if you've had hepatitis B or C, have flu-like symptoms, or are prone to infections. Serious, sometimes fatal infections, cancers, including lymphoma, and blood clots have happened. Taking a higher than recommended dose of Xeljanz for RA may increase risk of death. Tears in the stomach or intestines and serious allergic reactions have happened. Needles, fine for some things, but for you, there's a pill that may provide symptom relief. Ask your doctor about the pill first prescribed for RA more than 7 years ago. Xeljanz, an injection.
Attention AT&T DirecTV customers. Despite WAXN's efforts to stay on the air, AT&T DirecTV is threatening to drop this channel, and you will no longer see your favorite programming. That means you lose critical COVID-19 information, local breaking news and weather, and entertainment. AT&T DirecTV charges you a lot of money to watch your favorite shows on WAXN. Call AT&T DirecTV today and tell them to stop the blackouts and put WAXN back on the air. Is the insurance company not giving you what's fair after your car wreck? Call Clark Speaks. Whether it's a small case worth $10,000 or $20,000 or a serious case worth over $500,000, big case or small, Clark Speaks fights the insurance company for it all.
I had a small wreck, but Clark Speaks still got me all the money I deserved. My leg injury changed my life overnight. Clark Speaks fought to get me more money than I ever expected.
Who speaks for you?
We'll come to you. Call 704-810-1010. This is Pretty Litter, the world's smartest cat litter. Its ultralight, super absorbent formula traps odors, and its crystals change colors to help you monitor your cat's health. Plus, Pretty Litter offers free delivery. Order today at prettylitter.com.
Your serious injury could result in you getting more money than if you handled your case alone.
Seriously? I guess it'd be worth a call.
Get the help you deserve. Call DeMayo Law Offices for a free consultation.
Almost 60 million people live in rural communities across the country. A new nationwide survey found 1/4 of rural U.S. households were able to get medical care during the pandemic.
Doing a great job, but we still face a unique set of challenges.
Hey guys, I'm about to shut this stream down and come back and bake a chocolate cake. So I gotta go, guys. I'll be back on later.
This is especially problematic with COVID because we need our whole team here ready for any
Oh wow. Hi, it's me, Stan. Yo, what's up? I've been good, honey.
PPE is expensive. There's
Thank you for stopping by. I love you so much.
that you can't barely afford some of the things we need as doctors and nurses to take care of patients, and also some hospitals.